Hello, everybody. Now, it's Comic-Con weekend in San Diego, and we've got some Star Trek news that we want to talk about because we like Star Trek. We should have brought the United Federations of Planets flag or done this in front of that, but that's an oversight on my part. We'll get it right next time, get another flag and put it up there because that one's kind of pinned to the wall in my room. But, anyway, yeah, let's get on to this Star Trek news. So, without further ado, I am going to stall until I can get the mouse over to the section where we can... That's Doctor Strange. That's not Star Trek at all. Okay. So let's start this over and say, yes, I'm going to have to edit this later. So Star Trek news. Here we go. First thing we got is Star Trek Lower Decks. Devin, you've been really excited about this show for a while now. And I've been one of those people that said, this sounds like a show that's never going to make it to air. I learned recently that it's an animated show, so that makes it a lot more, that kind of changed my outlook on it, because originally, when I heard the idea of it, I'm like...
You were expecting the
I was expecting live action
of Next Generation.
Well, I was expecting something like that, but more comedic, and I'm just like, this reeks of the damage control show that they were trying to do at Marvel. It's just, that was never going to happen. Yeah, the DC one actually made it to air and then was immediately canceled.
It got a few episodes in.
And then it was immediately canceled. Like, they didn't even run all the episodes, I don't think, just because it hurt the brand that much.
The last episode I saw was they had some Atlanteans there, and they had to make sure that tuna was not brought out.
That's terrible. That's just awful.
Yeah.
That's garbage. That is hot garbage. So anyway, this doesn't look like it's going to be hot garbage. It looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting animated show. And you said somebody from Rick and Morty worked on this?
Yes, Mike McMahon.
Ike McMahon. What does he do on Rick and Morty? You have no earthly idea, do you? That's okay.
One of the creators of Rick and Morty.
So Ike McMahon from Rick and Morty is working on this show. Do you know who any of the voice cast is by any chance?
Well, yes, I was going to get to that. So, we have some news that the show's going to focus on the support crew of one of Starfleet's least important ships, USS Cerritos.
What does that mean?
Small Sarahs.
Really?
It's Ethos Sarah.
I'm not...
Yeah, it's Spanish.
It's Spanish. The way you said it made it sound Japanese or something. You have a horrible Spanish accent.
Cerritos.
Alright.
Okay, so, it's going to get a 10-episode first season.
Okay.
Premiere in 2020.
2020, okay. So, did they say early 2020? I'd assume early 2020
doesn't
since...
specify.
Yeah, I'm going to guess it's going to be early 2020. But, because I think early 2020 is when we're getting, Discovery, and I'm not even sure when Picard is, premiering.
Okay. So, goes through, if you can bring up the image of the people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright, so, alright, starting out on the left, that's the left, right? Yeah. Ensign Tinoy, voiced by... Got to say that somewhere else a little bit. Noel Wells.
Okay,
Noel Wells?
so she's green. Do we know what kind of species she is?
Something.
Something
It
amazing.
doesn't specify.
It does not
Can
specify,
you bring
okay.
that back up?
Yeah.
Believe, yes. In yellow there, we have Ensign Rutherford,
Okay.
and that's Eugene Cordero.
He looks like he has some sort of cybernetic implant. So basically, it's no names that are being cast for these people. It's nobody famous. Nobody
Right,
even
so-
of note, apparently.
So the next one is Ensign Mariner, or Mariner, being voiced by Tawny Newsome.
Okay.
And on the left, on the right there, we have who I'm going to assume is the comic relief, Ensign Boimler.
He looks like the most...
Voiced by Jack Quaid.
Yeah, he looks the most like somebody that would be in like a Rick and Morty type show.
The image that I have here in front of me has his head a lot taller.
Okay, so does it say anything like, is it going to be like an episodic or like a continuous plot?
What the official synopsis?
Yeah, sure.
Star Trek Lower Decks will focus on the support crew serving on one of the Starfleet's least important ships. The series
Oh, yeah,
will be
you already said
produced
that.
by CBS's I Animation Productions, CBS Television Studios' new animation arm, Secret Hideout, and Roddenberry Entertainment. Secret Hideout's Alex Kurtzman and Heather Cudden, and Roddenberry Entertainment's Rod Roddenberry and Trevor Roth and Katie Krentz will serve as executive producers alongside creator Mark McMahon.
McCann?
I don't even. Bears, from Secret Hideout, who brought McMahon to the project, will serve as a co-executive producer. The series will air exclusively on CBS All Access in the United States and will be distributed concurrently internationally by CBS Studios International. CBS All Access is CBS's direct-to-consumer... Fuck that.
Okay, we know that part.
Oh, more stuff. Nothing useful.
Okay.
Alright, there's a supporting cast, though. And
Something tells me they're all nobodies, too.
Well, for this one, the supporting cast is the bridge crew, which is
Ironic, yeah.
different. So, I don't know if you have an image of these people.
I do not.
Okay.
No.
So, we've got, in yellow, we've got this large, muscular man with the face of Thunderbolt Ross.
Okay.
Lieutenant
Trouble.
Shax.
Shax. Oh, the butt cow from Attack of the Clones. We were talking about that last night.
Is voiced by Fred Tedashikor.
I just...
I think I fucked that up.
That's okay. I just figured out...
Can you even read that?
Captain Freeman.
No, the fucking
Oh.
lieutenant. The last name, I was trying to...
Fred... That's Squire. I don't know.
Squeal.
Squeer. Squeal for Squeer.
Then we have a female captain, I believe.
Oh, nice. I love it. Female captains.
Captain Freeman.
Captain Freeman. Okay, nice.
Dawn Lewis voices her. Then we have Jerry O'Connell voicing...
Jerry O'Connell's a
Commander
notable name.
Ransom.
Okay.
And then we have Gillian Vigman as Dr. Tiana,
Okay.
a cat.
Neat. So, I mean, that's what we got for Star Trek Lower Decks. And, check that show out when it's on. Okay. Next up, we got Star Trek Discovery. They're having a season 3. And they said that they would be taking place about 1,000 years into the future, and that's a point in Star Trek that they're boldly going where no one has gone before. There's that, and I think that that's kind of no pun intended, bold of them to go there. Because, as I said, no one's ever gone there before. It's a part in the future. Basically, what they have to do there too.
Gonna meet Daniels again?
Oh God, I would love it if they met Daniels. That would be great. But what would be great is if they get to the future, and we're gonna have a lot of like exposition of like what happened to Starfleet, what became of certain planets, like all this stuff that they just haven't established in canon yet. Thus far, the deepest point in Star Trek canon, I think, is Deep Space Nine. And it has deep in the title, so I mean, it's deep in the future of the canon, and a 1,000 years. I mean, that's just not. I think the reason they're doing that is kind of to get as far away from pre-existing Star Trek as possible, so that they can have free reign. Because the first 2 seasons, people were really upset. Like, anytime they stepped on canon, or they did something that sort of massaged the canon of season 1, it's just the internet lost their mind. So they're going to be far removed from any of the characters that we would know in any other Star Trek series before. So I think it's a good decision. I think it's wise. But other than that, they didn't tell us all that much. They said they didn't arrive on Terra Elysium. They gave some casting news. The guy that was just Manchester Black on Supergirl's joining the cast. And yeah, so we'll see how that is once it's on. And we've got the big daddy of them all, Picard. Now, this was a lot of this was a surprise to me, just because I was expecting. Now, they did release a trailer for this one, unlike the other 2 shows, and in the trailer we get to see that not only is Data returning, which Brett Spiner's Data returning, which I had heard about beforehand, but that Jerry Ryan as 7 of 9. Yeah, I don't know why my brain blanked on that, but yeah, I literally screamed when I saw her, because like the trailer kind of does this pause, and it's just Picard pouring a drink. She's like, "What are you doing out here, Picard?" It's like trying to save the guy, and you just see her, and like, she's so human now. You know what I mean? Like, she's so far removed from her time with the Borg that she's more human now than Borg. And it's just, I think it's kind of cool to see, like, that evolution of that character that was always trying to reclaim her humanity, now seems to have more humanity than Picard even. So, and one of the things that I thought Data, I was worried about Brett Spiner's Data. I thought, because I saw him in Independence Day a few years ago, and he did not look Data ready. But they've done a good job with the makeup. He looks like Data. I think they've used the Tarkin tech, because he doesn't look like Brett Spiner's age now. He looks like Brett Spiner's age when they did Nemesis. So I do think they did some digital reconstruction of his face just to make it more consistent with how he used to look, because he's an android. He's not supposed to age. But they did announce also that Jonathan Frakes would be directing 2 episodes. Yeah, 2 episodes. And that we would see Riker. I was going to say Commander Riker. He's probably Admiral Riker now.
Or at least Captain.
Captain, definitely, for sure. And that Counselor Troy would be back too, probably on the same episode, because that's his wife. So, yeah, in theory, hopefully they're still together, but maybe not. I think it's funny that the Next Generation, the series, ended with Worf and Troy as a couple,
Yeah,
and that, but then the movies just kind of ignored that completely, and I think there might have been like a passing mention on Deep Space Nine, but not anything they really dug into. But yeah, a lot to be excited about with that Picard series, and that I think we're going to be getting back to the Star Trek of old. I think it's going to be a lot like the Next Generation movies were, more than the show. Just because the show was like a procedural, like every week they usually had something else to do.
Because
But
they skip the gaps of time.
they do, yes. Yeah.
They acknowledge that by changing the start date by a lot.
But with this, it seems like it's going to be an overarching plot throughout 10 episodes or however many episodes they do. And I'm excited to see a 10-hour movie. So, what are you looking forward to with Picard?
10 hours of Picard.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Oh, and did we see Hugh in there?
We did see Hugh. We saw fifth of third. Is that his designation?
Nine.
Fifth. Was it 9?
Yeah, he was.
He was also 9. I thought he was third. Huh.
Set out
I don't know. Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Because it wouldn't make sense to have 3 and then have him be a 5.
I always thought that it was like that was their cube designation. Like I am 5th of the 3rd cube, or I am 7 of the 9th cube. I don't know.
They send out groups.
Yeah.
And they give them the number 1 through however many is in the group. Like 7 of 9 is 7 of 9. Hugh is 5 of 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Or 3 of 9. Or
Okay.
whatever it was, I don't remember
Yeah.
either.
He was 3rd.
He's Hugh.
3rd. I remember he was 3rd.
Why are you saying 5th?
No, 5th of 3rd. I don't know. I think it was 5th. I don't know.
So it's probably
Something of
3rd
3rd of 5th. I don't know. 3rd of 5.
5.
3rd of 5. That's what it was. 3rd of 5. Get my numbers confused. Anyway, the Borg Collective is a lot smarter than I am. So, thanks for watching this, and like and subscribe. More Picard news. We'll do maybe like some trailer reactions when we get more trailers. We'll do some. What I really want to do this year for Star Trek Discovery episodes is maybe do like audio commentaries for each one, like after we watch the episode ourselves, and then like dive in, really pick apart scene by scene. I seem to be able to focus a little bit more on like stay on target conversations when
Stay on target.
yeah when I'm commentating. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.